Okay, I wanted to do a quick video on what is going to be covered in the course. A little bit about me. I started selling after I got out of high school, and I was telemarketing rare coins. Did that for about 18 months, and I moved on to the insurance business. The main reason why I did that was because I just thought it was more of a career move than telemarketing rare coins. Not that the coin business was bad. I actually enjoyed it. Did very well at it, but I just thought that the insurance business was a little bit more of a solid foundation for me. After doing that for a while, I contracted with Geico to train all of their new salespeople. Did that for about 6 months, and then I started training all of their salespeople in the Northeast region. After 2 years of working exclusively with Geico, I started my own company, and I started training in the automobile industry, as well as the insurance industry. The reason why I moved over to the automobile industry is because I wanted a little bit more of a face-to-face experience, and with Geico, you don't really get that because it's mostly over the telephone. At the time when I was doing it, it was exclusively over the telephone, and today they do have some places that do some face-to-face stuff, but a large majority of it is on the telephone. The automobile industry is exclusively, pretty much, face-to-face stuff, so I really enjoyed doing that. I started training in the financial, real estate, and some retail stuff, which I don't do anymore. Financial, I do a lot of work with stock companies, investment places, financial planners. Real estate, almost exclusively with Century 21, although I do some work with some other companies as well, but mostly Century 21 stuff. In 2004, I decided to take some of my business online. The reason why I did that was because that's when I realized that the internet was much more than just an entertainment thing or a place for us to do research or anything like that. I realized then that it was more of a culture shift, kind of like the telephone or the TV or something like that. So I moved some of my operations online, and today about 70% of my business is done online, 30% offline, and I still do a lot of training even today. So that's still a big part of my my day-to-day operations. Let's get on to a little bit about what is in the course. First, let's go over everyone must know how to sell. It doesn't matter what industry you're in or what you do for a living. Everyone must know how to sell. If you are, just as an example, if you're unemployed or you're looking for a job, you have to realize that there's 15, 20, sometimes even more than that, other people looking for that same job, especially in this economy. If you take two people that have the same exact qualifications and you put them side by side in front of an employer, one is an expert salesperson, the other doesn't know how to sell at all. The expert salesperson will always win out and get the job over the person that doesn't know how to sell. And the reason for that is because the person who's the expert salesperson knows how to sell himself to the potential employer. Okay? You cannot be a business owner without knowing how to sell. It doesn't matter if you're an online business person, an offline business person. If you cannot sell, you cannot be a business owner. Okay? It doesn't have to be product-driven sales, but you have to know how to sell your image. You have to know how to sell your brand. You have to know how to sell yourself, your name, your idea to investors, to partners, to clients, hopefully. You know, you should know how to sell your own product or service, but it's not mandatory because there's salespeople out there that can do that for you. But there's nobody out there that can present your idea, your brand, your company, your image to investors, partners, employees like the business owner can. So if you're a business owner, you must know how to sell. Alright, the course is a 3-day seminar in video format. I basically took the seminar that I give to all of my clients, and I just broke it down into video format so that you guys can learn from it. All of the information that I teach all of my clients is in the course. Okay, you're not missing out on anything. Everything is there. It's just a little bit shorter because I couldn't do 16 hours of video. Alright? I based it on the offline niche, but it's very important that you forget about the example and learn the process. I based it on the offline niche because I wanted you guys to get the most out of it, and I thought that that was something that we can all relate to, okay? Just as a little disclaimer, I know nothing about search engine optimization, but I talk a lot about it in the course. And the reason why I do that is, again, I wanted you to get the most out of it, and the product or service does not matter. It doesn't make a difference. If you can sell coffee cups, you can sell cars. If you could sell cars, you could sell paint. If you could sell paint, you could sell houses. It doesn't make a difference. The product is irrelevant. The process is what matters, okay? So, I hear a lot of people talk about, well, and this is very big in the automotive industry as well as the insurance industry. You need to know product knowledge. You need to know everything there is to know about that insurance policy. You need to know everything there is to know about the Toyota Camry in order to sell it. Well, that's just completely false. That's a flat out, I don't want to call it a lie because I don't think people are intentionally misleading people, but it's just not the case, okay? I can walk into a Hummer dealership, and I've never trained in that brand ever in my life. I can walk into a Hummer dealership and be the number one salesperson in that dealership in a week, and I know nothing about the trucks at all. The reason is because the product is interchangeable. It doesn't make a difference what the actual thing is that you're selling. As long as you understand the selling process and how it works, the product doesn't make a difference. You're going to learn how to sell the right way. You're going to learn the selling process from start to finish. It has nothing to do, or very little to do, with actually moving product. All right? In reality, and I don't really like to say this often because it kind of throws people off a little bit, but in reality, selling has nothing to do with making money. It has nothing to do with moving product. It has nothing to do with quote-unquote selling a product or service. Selling has to do with either changing someone's mind or affirming what they believe to be true. For example, if you sell red paint and someone comes in and says red is my favorite color, affirm it and close the deal. If you sell red paint and someone comes in and says blue is my favorite color, change their mind, tell them why blue is good but red is better, and close the deal. Okay? Politicians, greatest salespeople in the world. These are my ideas. This is how I'm going to do things. Come vote for me. The selling is, these are my ideas. This is why it's good. The close is, come vote for me. We're going to learn closing. What is closing? If you ask someone that question, they're going to say, well, closing is taking the money. Closing is making money. Closing is moving product. Same answer. Wrong. It's not. Closing is the art of getting a commitment. Again, politicians. Here's my idea. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I'm going to change things. Here's how I'm going to make your life better. That's the sell. And the close is, now come vote for me on election day. If you're selling paint, the sell is, this red is great, it's bright, it's nice, it goes on the wall great, it covers in one coat. The close is, are you going to use Visa or MasterCard? How many bottles do you want? How many cans do you want? How many gallons do you want? That's the close. So it's the sell is the affirming the belief or changing the mind, and the close is getting the commitment. We're going to learn all of that inside of the course. Cold calling and appointments. I wrote a pitch specifically for appointment, getting appointments. It's very easy, it's non-combative, and you should be getting appointments at least a 50% rate if you're pitching qualified prospects, and we're going to go into that inside the course as well. It's strictly audio-based. There is some PDF files in there. Basically, the PDF stuff is just pitches and closes. Okay, so extras. There's only one pitch in the course, so, I don't know why I wrote pitches, but there's only one in there. I wrote it myself, and it works very well for getting appointments. There's a number of different closes, but I suggest you stick to the closing video and use the close that I teach inside of that video, because it works very well for both closing and handling objections. Unlimited support, but it's not a coaching thing. Alright, so I can't do one-on-one stuff, but if you have a question about something, I'm here to answer it whenever. There's a 60-day guarantee on this and every product that I sell. That's always the way it works. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching. Click the buy button below. and I will see you inside. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to learn a lot of really, really good information. So click the buy button below and make sure you take notes and ask the questions that you need to ask.